Furthermore, on the whole area of land use planning, establish some finite details of regional-wide land use planning. And that comes back earlier to my point about working with the MPOs and addressing that. Fundraising. That old word that comes in there, we obviously have to have secure resources through fundraising and grants to make this thing go. But it can be done. Probably most important, and that's one of the reasons we appreciate your invitation here this evening, to expand participation, to involve key stakeholders and organizations impacted by regional planning and revenue sharing. Obviously mayors and city managers, most obviously city councils, township trustees, county commissioners, business leaders, legislators that I mentioned earlier, local media, the religious leaders, and as I mentioned also earlier, very importantly, the school districts. But we've got to, it's a teamwork situation. It's a matter of involving, getting everybody on board, as Mayor Curran pointed out, because again, we are all in this thing together, and that's where we appreciate your, I pushed the wrong button, sorry. Appreciate your inviting us tonight, and we welcome comments and questions at this point. Mayor, I think that's, I pushed the wrong button, did I?
No, push again. Okay. This is just the timelines of the implementation.
Okay.
Now we'd like to both entertain any questions you might have or any comments. Take a few minutes for that. So,
let me ask the first question.
yes.
Regionalism means a lot of things to a lot of people, and clearly what you have shown us here is talking about how we can collaborate within the region. None of this talks about consolidation of municipal governments.
That's correct.
Could you elaborate on that point?
Well,
We're taping this, if you can come on.
okay, I'm sorry.
For the tape.
We understand clearly the difficulty currently of talking about government consolidation. And the Mayors and Managers Association made a determination early that that wasn't our issue. That any collaboration on that nature, consolidation, is an issue within the counties by which it's an issue, and the municipalities that perhaps are talking about that. But we knew that as far as economic development is concerned, and knowing what has happened in other cities and other regions, that we can accomplish something. And when you start off to change the way we think, it's best that you have some success along the way. And we know that other regions have been exceedingly successful without the consolidation of governance. So we made it our point is to stay focused on that area of regionalism. Like I said in the beginning, regionalism is a big word. It means many things to many people. But we are taking one aspect of it. Okay? Does that help? Okay. Yes?
Well, can I add one point? Because when you even talk about or even suggest the idea of merger, in that sense, that obviously scares everybody, and that's red flags and turns everybody off. The very example Mayor Curran gave in the first part of the speech was the Twin Cities. That this thing, they started their program 30-some years ago, 187 between St. Paul, Minneapolis, and the surrounding, 187 communities. Today they have 187 communities. So there's no consolidation. There's no takeover by one community by others in accomplishing this. It is a matter of working together, and the best the twin pillars in this thing is to work together and using planning, land use planning, so we may make the best use of our land. And as you saw that graph that Mayor Curran had up there, the huge gap between the land use planning in this area in the last 20 years versus the population growth, that big gap spells sprawl, unlike what the Twin Cities did. It's that plus the matter of revenue sharing, so there are not winners and losers, but that they have winners and winners by virtue of that growth.
Questions?
Yes.
Mayor?
I'm a great believer in pilot projects, and I don't know if you're at that point yet. Because if you have a specific project that you can say, 4 communities decided to try this, and therefore there's our example. Because in Cuyahoga County, I speak about Cuyahoga County, I saw a whole list of planning, and their reputation, frankly, is to plan everything to death. So my suggestion is to have one segment of this be a pilot project where you get 4 communities actually doing it. And that will be the momentum to get the rest of the people to do it. That's not a question.
That's a statement.
Mayor Rothschild made the and well, I think it's a very worthy comment, and I thank the astute mayor for that comment. It's not bold enough. We don't have that kind of time, Mayor, with all due respect. And there are collaborations right now. The City of Hudson, the City of Stowe, the City of Cuyahoga Falls, and the Township of Boston Heights are currently collaborating in a JEDC, where we will be sharing expenses and revenues as a result of that JEDC, economic JEDC. And the reason why we got there was because we started to change the way we thought. And we're already doing collaboration. It is, and it's we're already forming that. But
We need
this
to
is
know more about that.
this is going to, and I'll share that with you for sure. Okay, this is a larger view. We have a need so great right now. Okay, a need so great that we have to be bold and courageous, and we'll see what comes from that.
And I would add, to Mayor Rothschild's point, there are, you're right, great to have examples to lead guidance. There is, albeit on a small scale, you do have, right in Cuyahoga County, 2 key examples of revenue sharing, and the city of Cleveland is revenue sharing with the city of Independence over the CAS Training Center. And the city of Cleveland is revenue sharing with the city of Shaker Heights over the staff, marketing, and other staff out of University Hospital that went out to the old Office Max site on Warrensville Center in Shaker. So those are 2 key examples that are in place today. We just need to expand, as Mayor Kern said, we've got to do this on a bolder scale.
Any other questions?